Hello, lovelies. This is Brittany, aka Scorpio Stellium, and we're going to take a look at if you should wait for them. Is it worth waiting? And I've done something a little bit different. I've chosen the elements, earth, air, water, and fire, for you to choose your pile from. So each of these elements is going to be a separate reading. Do not feel like you have to choose your own zodiac signs, element, or your partner's. I want you instead to take a breath and decide what element embodies the energy of this connection right now. Once you have done that, we can go ahead and get into the reading, but I do want to say that you should not always be relying on collective reads such as this. A pick a card reading is going to be more accurate than a general collective. However, there's nothing that is going to replace a personal one-on-one reading for you. If you would like one, the contact details for myself are down below in the description box, as well as timestamps. So if you chose pile 1, earth energy, I want you to take a deep breath. We are going to read how this person feels about you now. I'm going to be using my love messages deck, which is a deck I created. I'm getting the energy of how this person is feeling for you right now. Someone is coming between us. Let's work it out. I am afraid of what you'll think of me. So earth element, this seems to be a pretty complicated situation that you have going on. So we'll go ahead and get into the tarot. Okay, so I want to look at how the past is affecting this connection. So the Empress and the Queen of Wands tells me there's a lot of desire here, 9 of Cups as well. So the connection in the past has probably been very physical. Now that's not to say that there's no emotional connection between you and your person, but there's a strong component of attraction, desire, intensity, fire, okay? Because all of these cards have a strong current under them of having our desires met. The Empress is this very feminine, very sensual energy. And then the Queen of Wands, she just commands everything with her power, her confidence, and also with her sexuality. And the 9 of Cups, this is, the desires that we have. Now, it's also the wish card. So I can see that the two of you in the past have had this strong desire and really wish for one another. So the past has been very much made up of I want, I want, I want. Let's look at where it is currently. The World. So the World is it's a completion card, really. The Magician. And the Page of Wands. So this to me does not feel like, even though the World is a successful completion, it doesn't feel to me like an ending, especially since we also have the Page of Wands, or the Child of Wands in this deck. It's called the Child of Wands. To me, this says that the stage that you guys have been in before, this very like sensual, sexual, chemical connection, that stage has been completed. And now we're rolling over into a new stage. I see the Magician here as a great card for manifestation, but it's also coming out to me this way as how much you desire to control the outcome, but you're also willing to explore, to see what else is out there, what else is possible between the two of you. Your person saying that someone else is coming between us, obviously the Empress being in here gives me an idea of what that is. I see that your person really likes the attention. They want the public, the accolades. They want the, oh, this person desires me, this person wants me, this person sees me. And I think that there's another individual in this, whether it's romantic or not, there's another individual in this connection that is feeding the ego of your person. But the Ace of Cups indicates that there's still a lot of potential between the two of you. I see that both of you have made plans about your future. You've been thinking about what direction this can go in from here. So the 3 of Wands is a great card because along with the Magician and the Page of Wands, it's very much a futuristic approach. When I see a bunch of cards that give me a feeling of past, a bunch of cards that are kind of stagnant, non-moving cards, because we have to read tarot not only as what cards are in front of us, but what we're not seeing. And in this case, I'm not seeing anything that's indicating stagnant energy. I'm not seeing anything that's indicating all past. I'm not seeing anything that's indicating betrayals or just a feeling of depletion. What I'm seeing here is all very like forward progress, forward momentum. So whether you guys are in communication right now or not, it seems like the tide is about to turn. So let's look at what this person desires right now between the two of you. Okay, there's, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. There's a stagnant energy card, the Four of Swords, and the Death card. Okay, so now we're seeing the stagnant energy. We're seeing it, but we're seeing it only on their side. And the Page of Swords. So here's the thing. Your person is not taking any action right now. They're not doing anything. They're not really putting any effort out there. They're kind of going, I'm going to rest. I'm going to be quiet. I need some respite from this relationship, from this connection. I don't know what to do. It feels very toned down, like somebody's turned the volume down on the connection. Having the Death card in the middle is telling me that you two are undergoing a transformation. I had the World, as I just pulled it here a second ago, and I told you there was an ending to a cycle, the successful completion of a cycle. Well, the Death card is giving me the same kind of vibe. It's telling me that what your past connection was between you and this person is done and over. So you cannot focus the future on what it has been. If you're trying to just chase after this because it met some passionate need in you or some intense longing in you, then there's no point in waiting. But if you're willing to see what can develop from those ashes, then there is a reason to wait. The Page of Swords is telling me that your person is probably looking at your social media. They're probably trying to get information about you. I see them very much so in their mind's eye, looking at pictures of you or looking at pictures of the two of you and trying to decide, like almost like they're having a conversation with you, like through their phone, like through these images, like of you going, okay, this is what I would say, but I'm not ready to say it yet. The Hierophant comes out to me as like your person is to this point where they say, okay, I really actually want commitment. Like I want something more. What's weird and is like kind of tugging at me is that they don't feel like you want the same thing. The Five of Swords is the Lord of Defeat, okay? So they feel very defeated. They don't feel like there's any course of action that they can take that's going to like turn the car around and get them where they want to be, because they're seeing you in a particular way that I don't think is the truth. Like, I don't think that this connection is just about the physical for you either. And then the Knight of Cups. Okay, so see, I get that they're feeling that if they reach out with like affection and romance and this like action taken in love, that's the Knight of Cups. It's what actions are we going to take based on our emotions. I feel like they see it as they're going to be defeated, like they're not going to get what they want anyway. So there's a feeling of rejection here, but it's almost like an undercurrent of rejection. It's like they're not even giving you a chance to reject them. They're just sort of saying, well, I'm going to rest. I'm going to shut this out. I'm going to pretend that this is done and over, but they know damn well that it's not over because they're sitting there thinking about wanting to talk to you. So I'm going to get a feel for what they want to do next, or what they will do next. Maybe that's what we need to ask. What will they do next? What will pile one's person do next? King of Swords. Okay, so when I see this, and the Five of Cups, I'm feeling like they're giving you the cold shoulder. They're not really responding. There's the Death card again. They're not really responding. They're sitting here and like focused on what they've lost. They're focused on what has happened in the past between the two of you. So you're getting this cold energy, this like very shut down, like they're making you think that it's all completely over and there's no chance of this, being brought back to life. I don't think that's true based on the energy that the two of you have been pulling and how much joy there was in the past. Why has this person chosen this path? Okay, Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor. I feel like the person coming between them is not a romantic connection. I feel like this is a family connection. Somebody who's very strong, maybe a patriarch of the family, a father, a grandfather, somebody who has that figure of, the like I said, the patriarchal kind of head of the family, which, ooh, dirty words we're using here. But I feel like this person is somebody they really want to please, and they're kind of getting this energy that you're not the right choice. So this person is saying, you know, you really need to be more like me, or you need to be more stable in your life, or you need to get all of these things handled before you try to seek out any type of connection. Like, you're not finding the right person because they're not on the same page as you. So there's no point in trying to move towards this. Somebody's in their ear making them think this. But see, they still moving forward, they still want to see what could happen between the two of you. They're just not going to do it. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're waiting for them to call you, if you're waiting for them to make a move, like, you should just stop holding your breath now, because I don't see them doing it. I think this is going to be up to you. Pile 1, Earth people. What should you do in this connection? Okay, the Knight of Swords. So here's word-based action. So that's telling me that you need to stick with what you want. You need to communicate with them. You're going to have to be the one to reach out. Everybody hates that. Everybody's like, I shouldn't have to be the one. But you have to be the one in this case to reach out and to say, you know, I want to make this right with you. I want to go to the next level with you. But you come at it not from an abrasive standpoint, not from a harsh standpoint, but from a very loving and nurturing standpoint, because they're reacting out of what their tradition is, like what their family is, what their family says, what their previous beliefs are about how relationships should be. Like, they may be watching like YouTube videos, or they may be listening to like a parent or another family member, basically people who are getting in their head and telling them that this isn't worth it. But they know how they feel. That's the only thing that's like really holding consistent, is they feel like there's more to the story between the two of you. And Two of Cups, like the two of you have a very strong connection. I think this person does love and adore you, but they are afraid that the way that the relationship started is going to basically poison it. Like, very almost like traditional thinking, very orthodox thinking, that because the two of you started with like so much passion, that has to mean that it's just a lust thing. But they feel this. They still feel this Two of Cups, this deep, like, kindred spirit connection. They just don't know what to do with it. Very confused. So let's pull our oracle cards here. I think you're going to have to reach out to them, though. Okay, so let's pull oracle cards, please, for my Earth pile 1. Okay, the Breathing Rose, heart healing, emotions, connections, and time eases. So because I have the word time in here, I feel very firmly that this is not the time for you to reach out to them yet, but you are going to have a time that it becomes clear to you. Like, I think you're going to see some type of sign or message, or, you know, just wake up one day with this like strong urge to reach out to them, and it's not yet. But when you get that urge, like, you're going to be the one to connect with them. And it's after some healing has happened on your side too, because I don't think your immediate response that you're going to get from them is going to be one of like, oh yes, I've missed you so much, I want this too. I think your immediate response is going to be kind of like, makes you feel that they didn't really miss you, but they did. Like, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of promise with the two of you. Potential, promise, it's about to happen, keep going. And then this one, heart healing, emotions, connection, time eases. So together they're saying, wait a little while, work on your own healing. This person is going to be back. This person is going to be more ready for this connection in the future, but they're not ready right now because they still have to shed the like familial system of what's expected of them and how they think relationships should go, because this connection has something very non-traditional about it. So pile 1, my Earth pile people, rest assured that even though your person is not reaching out, they're not connecting, you feel like they may not care at all, they do, but they're their true feelings and desires are being completely enshrouded by what their expectations are and what other people's expectations of them are. So they need some time to clear their head. And then when you re-enter their life, like when you, or if you're not out of their life, you know, when you come back in to have this conversation with them, either way, the conversation can go something like, I know that you might not think that this is going to work because of how we started, but it's time to like push your fears aside and push aside what other people expect and think of you and me and us, and see what we create, just the two of us. So thank you, pile 1, for watching. I hope that that helps. We're going to go ahead and jump into pile 2. Hello there, pile 2. So when we're asking the question, should I wait for this person? I always tell people, you don't wait for someone. You don't stop your life just hoping that this person is going to come back. But I think what the essence of the question here is energetically, do you need to let it go? Like, is this something that you need to give up the hope or the expectation for? Or is this something that you just need to, you know, keep pushing for, keep believing in, keep manifesting? So I want to first look at, for my air people, it shows the element of air, what your person is thinking and feeling about you. First we have, I'm not who you think I am. Can we start over? Oh, and that one wants to come out. I lied. Ooh, juicy. Okay, let's get one more. I have a plan for us. Ooh, okay. Pile 2, this one is, this one's gonna be fun. Okay, so I wanna clarify before I go into the read, I wanna clarify a few things here. First of all, I'm not who you think I am. Okay, what is different about their person than what they believe to be the truth? Okay, Queen of Pentacles. And the High Priestess. Okay, I think your person is really hiding their sensitive nature. They're hiding their, how much they want to nurture and take care of someone. And I think your person is really highly intuitive, but they don't realize that it's intuition. Like, they don't realize how much of their decision-making process is based on their intuition. They hide all of this, like, very, I call them feminine qualities. They're the divine feminine. We're not talking about gender. We're talking about the soft traits, you know, the receptivity, the intuition. But there is something that they're hiding. And I think what they're hiding, again, is like how much they want the tradition of happily ever after. And then I also want to clarify that I lied. Okay, Queen of Cups. Okay, for you guys, since I've got 2 queens in here and the Knight of Swords, I think that what the lie here is about another person. I think that there has been a third-party situation going on here, or may still be going on, because I have these 2 queens in here, and I think they're afraid that you're seeing them as like a liar, as a cheater, maybe as somebody who can't control themselves, like somebody who's just really like nefarious, like very toxic. And I don't think they don't want to be seen that way. They want to be seen as this person who's like, I've got a plan here. I want to show you who I really am. I want to show you what I'm capable of. But they're guarding themselves. They're guarding their heart, 4 of Pentacles, and they're taking their sweet ass time with the Temperance card. Also, the Temperance card in here gives me some Sagittarius vibes, so you or your person may be Sagittarian. But we've got 6 of Cups in here too, so your person is really, really focused on like what the past was, and they want to put that past behind the 2 of you. So I want to look at the past and how the past is affecting the 2 of you. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. So the way that you guys met is very like serendipitous. Like there's something about your story, the 2 of you, that is, it feels like very fated. You know, even if it was the way that you met was something that would normally be extremely mundane, like run of the mill, the way it happened specifically, maybe the dates, maybe the place, something about it felt like out of the ordinary. Something about it like really stood out. And then the Five of Swords coming up here with the World is like, I think there was some kind of falling out, disagreement, some type of argument, disharmony, a dispute, something that led both of you to feel like this was just, we have to toss this out. And I think you actually did kind of have some kind of closure with them because the World card is coming. Like, I think you guys understood why things have to be the way they are now. Like, there was an acceptance. And that third party energy coming in there is probably playing a big part of it. So maybe you or this other person are with someone else. You may even be married to someone else, or they may even be married to someone else. But you kind of had this closure moment, but like you can't let go of them. Like you don't feel energetically like it's over. And I see you like debating in your head, is this a true connection, like energetic connection that we're both still sharing? Or is this just me just wanting them and like not being able to get over them? So I want to see what they want to happen, your person wants to happen between the two of you in the future and what actions they're willing to take. Okay, so the Empress again. Okay, the Ace of Swords. So they're wanting to tell you a truth. Strength. They're wanting to tell you a truth, and it's going to be really hard for them to do this. Like they're trying to muster up all the strength that they can to express to you like what they really want. And I don't think that what they really want is to stay in the situation that they're in right now. I think they feel like they kind of owe you something. The Devil card is coming up too. So it seems like there was something really toxic about the connection. Or very unhealthy, or like something that you guys maybe kept hidden from other people. Because again, like nothing about this was your norm. Like nothing about this was normal. The Six of Pentacles, like a lot of times I see this card as like somebody sort of breadcrumbing the other, you know. I think that they gave you what energy they could, and you took it as them like playing with your heart and playing with your emotions. Because here's that third party energy again. And the Empress and the Three of Cups together like gives me this really strong feeling of another person in play. But I think they're wanting to come clean to you and tell you like, hey, this connection that either you're in or I'm in, like this doesn't have to be the make or break. Because I think they just want to wipe the slate clean. And like the card said, like I want to start over and I have a plan for us. So your person is like really thinking about how could I make this work? Like how could we move forward in this connection? Let's see, what do you need to do? Okay, the Magician. So continue to manifest what it is you desire. But this is also a communication card. Knight of Pentacles. So it's saying to take it one day at a time. Maybe like you reach out just a little bit, like, you know, put some feelers out there and maybe connect with them in a way that says like, I just want to be friends. Like, I just want to, you know, hang out with you or have a conversation with you every once in a while. Like, I'm not trying to make anything else happen. I just want to see if we can be friends, you know? And I think that they would be very receptive to that because there's something about your company that makes them feel like they're it. You know, like you make them feel like there's nobody else in the room. For my pile one people, is this person gonna come back? Are they worth waiting for? Okay, the Moon. We don't see clearly by the light of the moon, not like with the sun. And the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is not the time for the two of you. And the Six of Pentacles. If you reach out to them as a friend, I think that you will get some type of minimalistic, like, okay, we can talk every now and then, because they don't really want to let you go either. But they're not going to be truthful with you about their situation. and they aren't trying to like they're not trying to change their situation right now. They will give you what they can. They'll continue to give you what they can, but it's not really enough for you. So I think in this case, like when you're asking this question of like, do we both still have this energetic connection? Like, yes, you do, but it's also time to release it as an expectation. Like these cards are very much saying like, you've held on to this expectation or this hope that it could be more, but you know that it's like Herculean effort to try to make it happen, which it could happen. The two of you could be together if the other person wanted to make that happen. But I don't think they're at a point where they want to make any changes. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. Okay. So we have open. So say yes, expand through the extremes and trust life. I think the final message there, trust life, that comes out to me as like trusting in the universe, like trust in the universe's timing, trust that the universe is going to send you who is meant to be in your life when they're meant to be in your life. Because this is right here, this is, I think this is kind of like testing you, you know, to see if you are really ready for the divine connection that the universe has. And I'm not discounting what this relationship was, but I think that you're kind of chasing after a person that isn't exactly who you want, because they're the closest that you've seen. So you think that it's the best, but it's not. Like the connection that you have with them is real, but they're not the best one for you. In this case, I would say, is it worth the wait? No, it's not worth the wait. Is it worth reaching out and seeing if you can like restore some kind of friendship? Yes, that's worth it, but only if you feel like you can do that without getting too emotionally invested. So pile 2, I hope that that helps. I know that's a little harsh, like nobody wants to hear, no, they're not worth the wait, but like I told you, I was going to bring you honesty and I was going to bring you like straight up answers, and that's the answer that I have for you. So I appreciate you receiving it with an open heart and an open mind. Okay, hello for my water pile people who chose the element water, whether or not that's your sign or your person's sign. That's not the point. That was the energy that you resonated with. So I'm going to ask here how your person is feeling about you now. Can we start over? I took the easy way out. I'm waiting for you to make a move. Wow. Okay, so that is something. All right. So this person clearly is somebody who doesn't always know the right next step, like figuring out, what do I do now? Can we start over? I feel like they screwed something up massively and they didn't see that it would be easier to just talk it out with you. That's not what they chose to do. So now they're like waiting for you to fix it. But I don't feel like it's fair for you to be the one to fix it in this circumstance, because I don't think you were the one that broke it. I think you responded to what they did. I think you responded to how they messed things up. So let's look at the past between the two of you and how that's affecting the future. Okay, Queen of Wands. So this may be, you may be a fire sign, or you may be embodying that fire sign energy, very passionate. And then the Knight of Swords, like I think you guys made a lot of promises and said a lot of words that really like made it seem like this was gonna be, there was a future, you know, like a lot of promises were made, a lot of hopes and desires and expectations like built and built and built. And the Page of Swords being here makes me believe that the two of you still have some type of like connection, whether it's just like small texts, like a little bit here and there. Maybe you still talk a little bit, or maybe it's just that you guys are like still connected on social media, like somebody's watching the other one and checking on their stories, or maybe even commenting on their stories. But the past here just feels like it was kind of a whirlwind of emotion. And I think that there was some kind of promise made to, with the Judgment card, that like, hey, I'll always come back to you. But I think one of you needed more than the other could give at that point in time. So having both the Judgment card and the Wheel of Fortune in here tells me this is like a hugely fated connection. And I feel like as I'm saying this, you guys are nodding and going, yeah, exactly, exactly. Like nobody gets it, but like this is a huge fate thing. Because on the surface, I think everybody looks at this as like, okay, they had a thing for a little while, now they don't, it's done and over. Like, why can't you just move on? But you both feel this like fated connection. Like you feel like, I think both of you feel like this is your person. And then the Six of Swords. So what it's going to take, I'm going to say this because this isn't exactly what the question we're asking is, but I feel this is a message that needs to come out, is what it's going to take is if you guys put the past behind you. Like if you just like totally start over and wipe the slate clean, don't bring up anything from the past. I mean, other than the fact that you guys obviously know each other really well, but it's time to move past, that turbulence and try to move towards like what you guys want. Because I'm hearing a lot of conversation either internally in your head or that you two are happening that's revisiting the past. Like, remember when you said this, or remember when we did this, or you remember how this went. And I see this like hyper focus on what has been, when you guys need to be making plans about what's going to be. But in the past, like the way that you two interacted felt extremely important, and it felt important to both of you. So I want to take a look at what your person wants to happen from this point between the two of you. Okay, King of Swords. So they really want a strategy. Like they really want to know the play-by-play, the plan. Okay, and the Moon and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this person is afraid that you don't really feel the same way. Like they're really afraid that they're the only one that feels what they feel in this connection, but they do want to work at it with you. Like they are receptive to having a conversation, but they want it to not be so based on emotion. They want it to be based on like logic and strategy, because there's been a lot of hurt on both sides here. And I don't think, here's the thing, I don't think either one of you intended to hurt the other. I think that it was the circumstances that the two of you encountered that made that hurt happen. It may have even been other people that like drove a wedge between you, or situation, work situation, family situation, something else like severed the strength of the union that you two had. But the Ace of Wands is offering an opportunity for a restart. So I think that your person wants this. They want this Ace of Wands. Like they want the opportunity to prove to you that they want the connection. Like they still want you in their life. So let's take a look finally at, is this person worth waiting for? I feel like I already know the answer. Okay, the Devil. Devil's not always a bad card. The Wheel of Fortune. Two major arcana cards. That's kind of a big deal. And the Magician, 3 major arcana cards. Damn. Okay. So yes, absolutely this person is worth waiting for. The thing is, you guys have to find a way to unlock the past and unpack it and make it not part of your future, because the past was really unhealthy. The way that the two of you like formed your relationship, that part is good. Like the connection that you have, the way it was formed, everything there is good. But there's like this feeling of unhealthy habits that have to be released on both of your sides. But the Wheel of Fortune says like, yes, like fate is on your side. Like, yes, this person is meant to be in your life. And the Magician is like, if you think this, if you believe that this is for you, like you will have the relationship and the connection that you want, despite whatever the obstacles and the barriers are, because it will find a way. It will find a way to work. You might have to fight through some more obstacles to come. And I don't think that the people who are standing against it, or the situations, the obstacles that were in your path, I don't think they're going to go away. But I think that the two of you will find a way to subdue those. So yeah, I do feel like this person is worth you waiting on. Okay. Oh my goodness. I have to hold it up close so you can see. I'm sorry for the shadow. The Reunion. Soul recognition. Yes. The two of you recognize yourselves in each other, and partnership, friendship, collaboration, like you two working to remove the obstacles together. You know, so many times, like when people have discord, whether it's friendship or romantic or whatever, they tend to like blame the other person. It's like you against them. But with the two of you, it's not. You two are able to look at these issues and go, it's not me against you. It's us against the problem. So I think that absolutely, like the two of you will reunite. I kind of want to pull like when. Tell me how long until they reunite. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles, normally that would be 2 years. For some of you, I think it will be that long, but for others, it may be like 2 weeks or 2 months, but it could be up to 2 years. It may take a really long time, but it will be worth it because you guys recognize like a truth in one another. Like you two see each other in a way that nobody else can come close to. And so I absolutely think this is worth waiting for. Okay, hello there, pile 4. For those of you who chose the element of fire, we're gonna first take a look at how your person feels about you right now. Our story isn't over yet. Someone is coming between us. I would do anything for you. Aww. And I can't choose. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you look at the two of these. Someone is coming between us and I can't choose. So your person, this could be you or your person, but because I asked specifically how your person is feeling about you right now, I mean, they're trying to choose between you and someone else, or they're trying to choose between you and work, or you and expectations that they have on them. But like, our story isn't over yet. They absolutely want to reconnect with you. And I would do anything for you. I mean, like, my God, that's like, they really, really want to find a way for the two of you to connect. So let's see how the past affects the future. Okay, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune. These cards are like haunting this reading today. Like all my piles, these cards have come out a lot. And the Fool. So we have 3 major arcana cards, kind of a big deal. With the past between the two of you, like I just sense this feeling of like irresistible fate. 2 of Swords, there's that can't choose. Irresistible fate. Like the way that when you two connect, it feels like a magnet. It feels like something that you cannot break free of. But I think that some of you are kind of wishing you could. Like you're kind of wishing you could get out of this energy. And the Fool is like, you leapt, you like went full blown into this connection without thinking about any consequences, just solely like how you felt about them. And now I think you're probably stuck too. Like you're sitting here trying to make a decision. Do I wait for them? Are they worth it? They're trying to make a decision between you and someone or something else that's coming between the two of you. So there's a lot of back and forth. Like there's a lot of conflict here. Because I have the Wheel of Fortune in there though, it tells me that like the connection was super duper faded. But the 7 of Swords gives me it gives me a symbol that there was probably infidelity or cheating or lying. There was major deception. Like you probably felt like this person threw you like for a loop, like just what the hell, you know, like I can't believe that you would do this to me. I can't believe that you would treat me this way. And it could have been the other way around. It could have been you who did this. But I think that, you know, you're thinking that you're silly because you still want them. Like you still have this connection with them and you just don't know how to like move past it. And for your person, like they're always putting something ahead of you. And that's what I don't like. Like this feeling that something is always going to take first place to them and it's not you. It's not the connection. So the 7 of Swords, I always say that's a lying, cheating, fuckery is afoot. That's like my little saying for the 7 of Swords. And I think that that's the case with them. But I also get this feeling that you're like, do whatever you want to me. Like, I'm still going to love you. And unconditional love is beautiful, but you have to have some self-worth and some self-confidence and like have these boundaries that the way that you were treated was wrong. Okay, so the Temperance card is coming out. It's telling you not to rush anything, not to be calling them or texting them or trying to reach out or trying to fix it. It's saying you need to be focused on your healing, and that healing is going to take a while. Like, you need to rebalance you and figure out what it was about this situation that so triggered you, because something here is very much about your growth. And I think that the hack, the life hack for you is to stop thinking about, do I wait for them? Do I hold on to them? Do I try? Do they even love me? I think you need to stop all of those thoughts and rather start thinking about, what did this situation teach me? What did this person and this connection show me about myself? So let's take a look at what this person wants to happen in the future. Okay, the World. I think they're looking for some kind of closure, like some kind of forgiveness. The Judgment card, yeah. The Chariot reversed. I don't think they want this to really move forward. I think that they want forgiveness, though. Like, they're seeking, like they're kind of seeking for you to absolve them. That's the word I'm looking for. Absolve them for how they treated you and what they did. And like, forgiveness is important, but it's for you. It's not for them. Like, they need to work through their own shit, right? But for you, like, the answer, if they're not even wanting a reconnection, and usually I see the Judgment card as a reconnection or a reconciliation, a second chance energy. But here I feel like they just don't want to be judged by you. Like, they want to feel absolved of what they did so that they can move on. But it's telling me that they're not willing to invest any more energy than they have to get that forgiveness. Like, they would give you just enough to kind of keep you on the line so that they could feel better about it. And I just really don't like it. I really don't like it. So what should you do when it comes to waiting for them? The Five of Swords. So first of all, Five of Swords, that's a card about defeat. That is simply telling you that any struggle that you try to have, like, you're not going to get what you want out of this. And I am like, sorry, because that sounds super harsh, but like, you guys don't come to this channel because you want butterflies and rainbows and like unicorn piss. You want the real answers, right? And this is what I'm getting for you. The Tower, like, if you keep trying to hold on to this connection that was only ever intended to help you grow, you are only going to be in for a shock. You are only going to be in for hurt. Like, every time you open yourself up to this person's energy, you end up hurt. You end up in the same place. And I'm like asking you to ask yourself, how many times do I have to go through the same thing before I realize that, like, this is not going to go where I want it to go? So the Five of Swords, the Tower, and the Hermit. The Hermit is saying, look, just reflect on you. Do your soul work. Do your soul searching. But this person is not worth you waiting for, because they're going to be the same person that they always were when and if they ever come back into your life. They're going to continue to pull the same kind of bullshit where you're not going to be their number one priority. Look at that. Seven of Swords again. That's how you'll get defeated, because they will always deceive you. Three of Cups in reverse. There's always going to be this third party energy, meaning, you know, they may keep you around as like their backup, their ego boost. They may cheat on you if you guys were together in the future. I just don't see any honesty between the two of you. So I truly don't feel like this is something that you can move ahead into the future. I don't feel like this is something that you need to hang on to. I think that this was a soul lesson for you to like really peer into the depths of your own person and see, what do I feel like I'm lacking, so that you can learn how to give that to yourself. And also to get that in a healthier way, because nothing about this situation has been healthy. And I don't know why we do this to ourselves where we think, okay, if I get another chance, it's going to be different. It's like when time goes by, we look back at things and it's like the bad just kind of gets washed out and we only remember the super positive things. Like we forget all of the things that were negative or hurtful that they put us through. Maybe it would benefit you to like write some stuff down and go, I remember when they made me feel like this. So let's pull an oracle card for you. Okay, a rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy. So that's really the message here. Like you don't have to have, like love doesn't always have to hurt. You don't always have to be poked, prodded. You don't always have to bleed. You don't always have to fall down in order to really have love. Because yes, love hurts, but it shouldn't hurt like that. It shouldn't always feel like you're trying to get somebody else to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. And I think this person would be more than happy to just let it all be your fault, absolve themselves of any responsibility, and just move on. And so I think for you, it's time for you to accept that this person was not the one that you need to waste any more energy or time on, even though they were important because they played a very specific role in your life and in your growth. But now it's time to look for the rose without thorns. Because like I said, love doesn't always have to hurt. It shouldn't always feel like that because there was so much deception and like mismanaged emotions. And like, I can see how you felt about them, but how did they make you feel about you? Because I don't think that was quite so positive. So I'm sorry for beating up on you, my fire pile, my pile 4. But in this instance, I don't think this is the one for you to wait for. I think there is something much better out there. So I wish you love and light.